Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing a lovely all-arounder from Blancpain. This is the Blancpain Leman Complete Calendar with Moon Phase. 40 millimeters in stainless steel. The watch features a fully satinated surface. It's only 11.4 millimeters thick and a compact 45.3 millimeters lug-to-lug, albeit with a modern and broadly stanced 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters, and you get a good sense of the size of the watch. It's very flat and easy to slide under a cuff. It is a sports watch, though, being automatic loomed steel and 100 meters water resistant. It's suitable due to its short lug-to-lug dimension for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference, so this is a ladies' complication as well as a men's complication. Taking a look at the strap, we have large rectangular scale alligator leather in a honey brown, bright gloss finished with a handsome off-white stitch. You can see there's sheer cut side profiles to show the layers of leather, and there's quite a bit of them. On the underside, we have a stitched in vulcanized rubber to separate the leather from the moisture, sweat, and oil of the wrist for longer lasting strap, as well as for greater souplesse as the leather can't aggress against the wrist. The rubber is very soft. The buckle is a Blancpain factory buckle in polished stainless steel, Blancpain branded, and you can see that the extra length actually tucks underneath. So you tuck the strap like this, you buckle it down on the pin, and then you close the clasp, so there's no need for minder loops, and you can't see the excess length hanging out once it's sized and buckled down on your wrist. Taking a look at the case, it's the opposite of the clasp. The clasp is polished, but the case is satinated, and I do mean all satinated. You have vertical satination on the lug profiles as well as the case band, and then there is a lovely circumferential brushed finish on the double gadroon or double-stepped bezel. We have a screw-down crown that's Blancpain branded. It has a sharp knurling and a little set of mini shear guards. There's some countersink to protect it. We have little holes in the lugs so you can use your strap tool to quickly swap straps. And then we have the Blancpain marquee on the side. The watch is muted because of its satin finish. It doesn't jump off the wrist. It's a nice understated high horology option for those who want complications and a grand brand, but don't necessarily want to advertise it. The watch features tri-Arabic numerals and applique indices. You can see the hands are broadsword style. We'll do a loom shot here. There's plenty of loom, absolutely no uncertainty about the time. Taking a look at the dial, you can see it's black. It has a very faint sort of satination to it. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a lustrous surface, and the watch certainly has an upscale appearance in the details. The closer you get, the more interesting it becomes. We have a nice hidden coaxial moon phase inside of the constant seconds. We have a little kite-style hand for the constant seconds, and it lets you know that it is 100 meters water resistant, and it has a 100-hour power reserve. We have the day, we have the month, and we have a lunette indicator for a radial or pointer-style date. You can see that the discs for the moon, the day, and the month are all black to match the dial base. You can also see that there's several layers of the dial, the outer, the hour track, and then the center dial disc plus the sub-seconds. So there's a lot of nuance here. There's several different focal planes. A lot of thought went into the design of this dial. Turning it all over, you can see that it uses Blancpain's case-back corrector system. So you've got the triple calendar plus the moon phase. These little triggers mean you don't need a tool to set the calendar, and you don't have those typical little dimples that mar the case band profile of most calendar watches. Moreover, these are there to save you from yourself, as you cannot make the adjustments during the nighttime danger zone when the calendar is engaged in turnover. They'll simply block you. You won't be able to operate them. We have a caliber 6763, which originally launched back in 2003 and was the caliber that debuted this pusher system. Twin barrels, automatic winding. It's based on the Frederique 1150, so it has a 100-hour power reserve. Taking a quick look, you can see that it is adjusted in 5 positions like a Swiss chronometer, and it's handsomely finished with twin mainspring barrels. So there's not a lot of fluctuation in the amplitude after 24, 48, 72 hours like you would get with a single barrel movement. The timepiece beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour, and as you can see, it's nicely finished. There's a handsome beveling on the edge of the rotor as well as the edge of the bridges. We have fired blue screws as well as black polished screws and Cote de Genève across rotor as well as bridges. The heads of the pins that are used to locate the bridges on the base plate, those are also black polished. And then we have setnation on the wheels, including the barrel covers. So it's a very good looking movement. You can see that mirrored anglage quite well from this angle. It's just a good looking watch, front or back, and from any angle. Quite impressive. All of that pivoting on 30 jewels. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.